Good morning, everybody. Um, Yesterday we talked about forgiveness, and does that mean that I need to stay in a bad relationship or put myself into a situation that's dangerous? And I was trying to remember this Bible story that supports that, and I couldn't remember exactly what it was or where it was, and it came to me later in the morning. So I just want to start by tapping back into that. Saul is king of Israel, and he is upset at David. He's heard things about David that aren't necessarily true. That David is out to get him, and so he and his army are chasing David and his men around. And David could have killed Saul and spared his life. And then afterward, David comes out and lets Saul know, Saul, you have nothing to fear from me. I I had the opportunity to take your life. I had the opportunity to even provide for my own safety and my own freedom and power, and I didn't. And Saul says, I see now, David, that you're more righteous than I am. I see that you could have done this. Come home, all is forgiven. And David thanks the king for forgiving him, and he too values the king, but he does not go back home with him because he knows that Saul is temperamental. He knows that Saul can turn on a dime, and that just as quickly and just as easily David's life could be in danger again. So the forgiveness does not have to equal going back into that bad or dangerous situation. So that story I wanted to share with you as we begin today. And I want to dive into our next article in the Belgic Confession, number 15. This is the doctrine of original sin. It says, we believe that by the disobedience of Adam, original sin has spread through the whole human race. It's a corruption of all nature, an inherited depravity which even infects small infants in their mother's womb, and the root of which produces in people every sort of sin. It's therefore so vile and enormous in God's sight that it's enough to condemn the human race. And it's not abolished or wholly uprooted even by baptism, seeing that sin constantly boils forth as though from a contaminated spring. Nevertheless, it's not imputed to God's children for their condemnation, but's forgiven by his grace and mercy, not to put them to sleep, but so that the awareness of this corruption might often make believers groan as they long to be set free from this body of death. Therefore, we reject the error of the Pelagians who say that sin is nothing else than a matter of imitation. A couple different things in there that are important. Number one is that it starts with Adam, but it spreads and it infects, it stains all of humanity. There are few things in the Bible that are as easily observable as how widespread sin is in the world and in our lives, right? None of us are free from it. If we're honest, we see it everywhere in all of us. That even some of our earliest memories are just broken, right? We objectively, quantifiably see the truth of this in our lives. Another thing in here that's worth thinking about and spending some time on is that what this does in us is that through the work of God, it creates in us a desire and a longing for something better, right? We see the sin and the brokenness in ourselves, and we want something more, right? We want to be set free from this. We want to be better than this. I think more than anything, it's that really creates within us, within me, a desire for God's way and God's kingdom, a desire for something else, something better, something that I can't do or achieve on my own, something that we together as humanity have never been able to do or achieve on our own, and we need God for that. The last thing here is just a rejection of a heresy, because this is a document that tries to locate Reformed faith or Protestant faith within the broader scope of Christianity. They want you to know that this sin is something beyond just us imitating what we've seen before us, right? That even before we've seen others that are sinful, that this sin still sustains us. That even though we may not know what we're doing, even though we're not copying it from anywhere else, that it still seems to be present in us. I hope today that you're doing well. I hope that you're healthy. I hope that as you're watching this, you know that God is present there with you. And I hope that He's creating within you too that same desire, that same hunger for Him, for all those ways that we can't do it ourselves, for all those ways that we continue to be stuck in this pattern, stuck in sin. I hope that even more, that because of that, we look to God and we look for God's solution. Have a great day. God bless.